that ultimately we give glory to Christ our King, that he alone receives the praise and receives the honor. And that's why we strive to make progress. We strive to make progress as preachers, not because we want to receive the praise and receive the glory and be appreciated, but we strive to make progress because our God deserves our best, doesn't he? And I pray that you have made some sort of progress this week through the various aspects of the workshop. That at least you're going away with progress in one area or two, and this and I pray that today will be profitable as well as we wrap up. Now, we have been discussing how we move from text to today, right? So you're preparing your sermon, and some of you are preaching on Sunday. Simeon Trust Workshop or not, Sunday is coming. And you have your text, and you are figuring out how to preach that text written thousands of years ago to the people of Kibera or Karen or wherever you are from. And the danger we want to avoid is just moving from text to today, a blind adherence to contextualization. So we want to do the work of exegesis so that we have an understanding of how the first audience understood the text. And what are some of the tools of exegesis on this path? What are some of the tools of exegesis? And yes, structure. So you do structure work. And what are we seeking to do in structure? I'll be generous on behalf of Ken. Whoever gives us a good answer will get a book. Ken is generous like that. Yes. Okay? To get the emphasis of the author, because every text has an emphasis, right? All right? And what's another tool? Context. And what are we trying to do with context?
See how the first audience understood the meaning of the text.
Okay? See how the first audience understood. You don't get a book, my man. Yes. So you want to see how the first audience understood the book, and there are various kinds of context. What else? No, that's what we're looking at today. But we saw another tool. So when we've understood what the first audience, how the first audience understood the text, we don't want to move from text to today. What's the danger of doing that? What's the danger when you move from first audience to today? Legalistic preaching, right? Just throw down the hammer. Be like, do this, without the means. So what should we do? What do we need to do? Connect to the gospel. So we have the cross, the cross there, and you do your theological reflection. And then yesterday we saw another tool in the afternoon session from how you move from connecting the gospel to today. What do you need to do? Persuade, right? And you give an argument. All right? And this morning we consider one more exegetical tool. It's called the melodic line. The melodic line. So, I'm going to hum a few tunes. Tell me if you can figure out what song I'm humming. Na 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 na. Okay. Na 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 na. Okay. Or we could even do the Kenyan version. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. But since we are preachers, let's end with a spiritual one. Na 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 na. Awesome. So the principle is, just as every song has a melody, every book of the Bible has a unique message. So just as every song has a melody, every book of the Bible has a unique message. And all right, the picture is musical notes and on a staff, and if you are musical, like our brother Chris, he's able to read, look at musical notes and figure out the melody, the tune of a song. If you are like me, you are still able to, you can't read the notes, but you're still able to pick up a tune, isn't it? And get the melody. In similar way, books of the Bible have a coherent, sustained message or a big idea, a unique, just like a unique melody of a song. And we have, as students of the Bible, learn to listen to the melody of the book. Every passage in the book will in some way be related, whether directly or indirectly, whether in support or even in contrast to the melody of that particular book. And our task is to listen enough and listen long enough to hear it and try to capture it in a concise statement. So we need to know what the book is about in order to better understand a specific text. So a book is one big whole, and it has different parts. When you put those parts together, there is a flow, there is an argument, there is an idea that is being communicated. And we have to understand the big idea, the flow and the argument of the book in order to better understand how each part fits into into the whole. And that was the question we had yesterday. You know, how do you avoid preaching the same message as you preach through a book? Well, it's you understand the whole, and then you see how each part fits into the whole, so that you can sing the melody of the book. You know, the tune goes up and comes down, and it, you know, until it hits the crescendo. And as a good student of the Bible, we should be able to communicate that, the flow and the melody of the book, so that when we are done, there is beauty in the harmony, isn't it? I mean, when you hear a well-arranged song and it flows, and every part, right? This one is singing alto, and this one is singing soprano, and this one is singing tenor, and this one is singing bass, and you know, others sing sound. They don't fall in any category, but they when you put them together, there's a beauty, isn't it? You're like, wow. And that's the same way with a book. And some of this we've kind of just, without even realizing it, we've picked up, and we've summed up some books, and we've captured the melody. So for instance, if I asked you, which book in the Bible is considered the letter of joy? Okay? I mean, that's you saying that's the melody. Whether you're right or wrong is another conversation, but you're saying that's the melody, isn't it? Which book of the Bible is considered the book of wisdom? I was expecting a few, but yeah, all right. Proverbs. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about the melodic line. So what are the strategies for all right? Strategies for finding the melody of the book. Anyone? Yes. Okay, so what are you doing with cover to cover? Reading, right? All right. Read and reread. I mean, this is true. When we talk of strategies, this is true of all the strategies. You have to read. There is no substitute for reading. We can't learn the Bible by osmosis. We actually have to read it. Okay? Anything else? Yes?
Take note of repeated phrases, ideas, words.
Repeated words, ideas, or phrases. Right? There is clearly something the author is trying to say, right? You know, what's a repeated concept or idea in Amos? Yeah, judgment, right? Like clearly, he's trying to tell you something. Okay? Anything else? Strategies? Yes, brother. Okay, thesis statement. All right, or purpose statement. All right. So in some books, the author will do you the service by saying why he's writing. Can anyone give us an example of a book where the author says This is why I'm writing. John, right? John, the gospel, and First John, he tells us, this is why I am writing, that you may know that you have eternal life. Well, he's told us. Amen, hallelujah, praise God for John. You're like, why aren't the other authors following his example? All right. What else? Any other strategies? Yes, brother.
Pay close attention to the beginning and end.
Yeah. We call that top and tail. All right. Is there any connection, any similarity between the beginning and the end? Are there things that are repeated, stated in the beginning and they are repeated at the end of the book? Well, that's a clue. He's trying to tell you this, and everything in between is trying to make an argument or explain those ideas. Okay? One more. Okay? The tone. Okay? The tone of the book. What tone is the book communicating? Just like, songs will have a different tone, isn't it? I mean, you don't sing happy birthday to you at a funeral. Right? There will be a certain tone at a funeral, a certain tone at a birthday, a certain tone at an anniversary, a certain tone, when you are lamenting. And so the tone of the book. Yes? Okay? The macro structure. So how is the whole thing structured? How is the whole thing organized? How is it put together? Why is chapter 2 appearing at chapter 2? Why did he say that in chapter 2? Why didn't he say it in chapter 3? And how is it connected together? So you pay attention to that. And sometimes you may need to combine 2 or more strategies to fully grasp the melodic line. So you read and reread, and then you look at the macro structure, or you do top and tail, and then combine that with a macro structure strategy, or the tone to get the flow of the book, so that the book is singing. All right. Let's do some examples. Ecclesiastes. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. So with a partner, person seated next to you, read Ecclesiastes 1, verse 2 to 3, and 12, verse 8, and 13 to 14. Okay? So read Ecclesiastes, let's see, chapter 1, verse 2 to 3, and chapter 12, verse 8, 13 to 14, and using the top and tail strategy, look for ideas that are repeated at the beginning or the end, and the relationships between the ideas in there. So look for repeated ideas. Let's do that. So read those 2 verse passages, and then look for repeated ideas. So we're using the top and tail strategy. Okay. What are ideas or words or phrases are stated in the beginning and repeated at the end. Okay, vanity or vanities, right? So you have that phrase, vanity of vanities. Okay, anything else? Any idea, concept that is repeated? Yes? The preacher, okay, or someone preaching, okay, okay.
There is verse 8, chapter 1. What do people gain from all their labors?
Mm-hmm.
Then the whole duty of man is
Yeah, yeah, the idea of toil and duty. All right?
It says also, here says everything, and then at the end says every deed.
Yeah, everything, every deed.
My ideas for myself is, first is, there is no sense, but then at the end, there is something concrete.
Okay, okay,
Contrast.
okay, yeah. All right, so with that in mind, see if you can, again, write a provisional melodic line. So you've noted down the repeated ideas or phrases. Write a provisional melodic line, because we're just beginning the work, right? So write a provisional melodic line in one sentence. Discuss with your partner. It has to be after this, we'll tell the entire world this is what the Council of Kenya agreed upon. Okay, have we formulated the provisional melodic line? Okay, let's hear what you've got. Let's see if we can get 3 different provisional melodic lines. What do you think? What have you come up with? Someone to volunteer. Isn't it fun when you are forced to come up with a statement you agree with someone you just met at Simeon Trust? Yes, what do you have? Yes, you need to raise your voice.
The whole duty of man is to fear God and keep His commandments, because everything is vanity.
The whole duty of man is to fear God.
Because everything is vanity.
Okay. Because everything is vanity. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Yes? If we don't fear God, our whole life is vanity. One more. Let's see, we took from here. Let's do that side. Yes. You, brother, you need to use your preacher's voice. Were you with Ken? No wonder the sentence is long. Okay, let's go. What did you say? Do not leave for toil and duty. Since all life is vanity. Instead, fear God and let me just say obey him. Good, good. Anyone with a completely different one? Okay? This would be interesting. Pardon? Okay. Earthly.
Other prosperity without God is
meaningless.
Earthly prosperity without God
is meaningless.
Is meaningless. Okay? All right? Now, okay, last one, before we move.
I am completely plagiarizing here. Everything is fleeting under the sun, so fear the one who is over the sun.
Everything is?
Courtesy of John Douglas. Everything is fleeting under the sun, so fear the one who is over the sun.
Now, so fear God. Okay? Now, some of these are too refined to be provisional. Okay? But do you see how? Just looking at the beginning and looking at the end, comparing them, it gives you something to work with. Okay? Now, let's see if we can combine top and tail with looking at repeated words, phrases in the book. Okay? Let's do this very quickly. So, you look at 1:14, 2:11, 2:26, and then maybe let me do 8:14, and see what are the repeated phrases, how are they developed, how do you arrive at meaning, and then, so I'm going to give you 4 categories to look at. So do this, just look at 3 verses in each of these categories, and highlight the repeated phrase and, see if you can determine from how they are used, the meaning, okay? And then we'll see if we can further modify our melodic line there. So those four categories of passages. What is repeated? How is it? So just look at three verses in each category for the sake of time. Yes, still Ekklesia. Oh, yeah. That's important. It's still Ecclesiastes. So you are trying to look at the repeated phrases or ideas and how that helps us further understand the flow of the book. The melody of the book. Okay? Let me call us to order. Let's work collectively. What are the repeated phrases from each? So first line of verses, what's the repeated phrase? Vanity of vanities. Okay? Second line. Under the sun. Third, fear God. Fourth, okay, man does not know, right? Does not know, cannot find out what God is doing. Okay? So, with that in mind, refine your melodic line. Or you may say, you know what, I got it first time. Spot on. Okay? So 2 minutes to refine your melodic line that you initially came up with. Yes. Anyone wants to offer a refined melodic line? Yes.
All is vanity under the sun without the fear of God.
All is vanity under the sun without the fear of God.
Yes.
Okay? Anyone else? Okay? So that has not captured all the... So it has left out the fourth component, doesn't it? Hasn't it? Okay? Anyone? Someone? Yes?
All that is under the sun is vanity.
Man does not know that without the fear of God, all is vanity. Under the sun. Okay? Last one. Yes. Man must. Sorry, let's have the mic.
Because all life under the sun is vanity, man should fear God in all humility.
Okay? All right? Okay? Last one, then I'll offer you.
Everything under the sun is meaningless, and man knows nothing, but his is to fear God.
Okay? Okay? Good. And the important thing is, you keep reworking. All right? You keep reworking, you keep refining, so that until you've come to you have a handle on what the flow of the book is. So let me offer you one that is Ken-like. The man cannot know the work of God, so it makes life under the sun feel like vanity. The only way forward is to fear God throughout his life of unexpected turns. All right. I am scampering for time here. Let's do one more, And let's at least begin, apply this to the book of Amos. So you've been reading and studying Amos, and now I understand we have a breakout session coming up. So we won't finish this. You'll finish it in the breakout session. What is chapter 1 and 2 of Amos about? Well, first of all, what is the whole book about? We agreed. What's the judgment? Okay? What is chapter 1 and 2 about? Irrevocable? Where do we get that from? Yeah, a number of times God says, I will not revoke, or I will not relent. Okay? So this judgment is coming, and it is irrevocable. Okay? Then 3 to 5. What do we have there? What are some repeated concepts in 3 to 5? Let's go. It's not good to be humble by keeping quiet. Yes. Okay. So God is judging them because they refuse to. Okay. And then in the text we did in the small groups yesterday, what in the afternoon, what was that about? 6 and 7. We did 6 and 7 yesterday, right? Or is it 7? 7, yeah. What was 7 about? We're doing 7. Oh, yeah. Let's not go there. Okay. Okay. Anything else? So, what is chapter 5 about? Okay. Seek the Lord and live.
527 is exile.
So
Woe and exile, so we're back to judgment.
okay, so judgment in form of wars and
And we have that funny picture of a man hiding from a lion and getting bitten by a bear, escaping the bear and being bitten by a snake.
What does that communicate? So it's judgment, but okay. All right. So when we do the small group in the next session, let's finish the idea. What's in chapter 7? What's in chapter 9? And when we put those ideas together, what would you say the melodic line of the book of Amos is? So you can at least come up with a provisional melodic line. But to remind us, just as every song has a melody, every book of the Bible has a unique message. So let the book sing and listen to the melody. All right, let's break for small groups.
So we've got half an hour. If you've got shots.
Oh, we have a break, huh?
Yeah, if anybody has any questions.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we've got
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Questions? Yes, brother.
Now that every book has a melodic line, how do you tie that up with the whole message of the Bible?
With the whole message of the Bible. Yeah, well, so you could argue that the Bible itself has a melodic line, isn't it? That the whole Bible is telling you one song, is giving you a melody. Now we could debate on what that melody is, but there is a flow to the Bible from beginning to end, and it's telling a story. And the more we study the books of the Bible, the more we get a handle on what the story of the Bible is.
I've got a name for the song.
Yeah?
It's a new song.
Yeah? It's a new song. Yeah?
We did it in Revelation in the end, right?
Yeah?
And
Yeah.
it goes back to our gospel connection.
Mm.
The song that they sing. The old song which becomes the new song.
Mm. Yeah? Any other question? Yes?
Would this be the first thing you do in sermon preparation?
I would say so. Like if you're going to preach through a book, so you're going to preach through Amos, you need to get a handle on what the whole book is about. So you read and reread the book. You develop the macro structure so that when you begin handling the specific parts, you are not going off as though the text is in isolation, but you are aware this is what the whole book is about. But then again, you are not saying the same thing. You are saying what the different parts are and how they fit into the song. Yes, brother.
This is a question specifically for you guys who are instructing. How do you balance your own work versus the fact that there is material that is available that has sped up the process?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of providing with the macro structure in form of an outline of the book and all those summaries that are there in all the tools. So how do you balance between your own pursuit of that versus what has already been?
What already is. Okay. So the use of various resources. Is that your question? Like how? Okay. Yeah, so one, you have to do your own work first. So i.e., you have to read the book. When I had a mentor who told me the G. Campbell Morgan method of studying a book, read it 30 times, for 30 days non-stop, through, from beginning to end. And then you're just reading for observations, and then you start jotting down, taking connections, connecting ideas. So I just finished preaching through the book of James. And you read, and when you do, first thing that jumps out is, chapter 1, verse 12, talks of endurance. A blessed man is endured. Chapter 5 also talks of, the enduring, persevering of the righteous. And you kind of begin making connections there. Such that by the time I was coming round to read Marvin's commentary on James, I was like, yeah, you know, he agrees with me.